I was going to begin with the statement, I don't want to frighten you. But the truth is, I do want to frighten you. Frighten you into action. Because here is a horrific statistic that desperately needs our attention. The World Health Organization forecasts that the number of people living with dementia will nearly triple by 2050. Reaching approximately 139 million people. 139 million people. For comparison, in 2021, there were 57 million people worldwide with dementia, with nearly 10 million new cases each year. I don't know about you, but when I heard that statistic, I was afraid. It intensified pre-existing fears from my own personal experiences. My father died of dementia in 2015, and my husband died of Alzheimer's 7 years later, thus increasing my own risk of developing the illness. That's the bad news. Don't worry, there is good news. The good news is that scientific research is constantly developing practices, exercises, and techniques to prevent cognitive decline. Most people start to think about dementia around retirement age. However, unless you take preventative measures, brain deterioration actually begins in your 30s. Brain health should be of concern to all of us, all of our lives, but it's never too late to begin. Here's just one example. What if I told you that every time you stand up to speak, heart pounding, palms sweating, you're not just building confidence, you are also building your brain. It turns out numerous studies tell us that public speaking is a brain-building activity. It improves mental sharpness, emotional resilience, and social connection. The brain is a muscle, and just like the muscles in your body, it needs exercise. Numerous scientific studies show that public speaking isn't only about communication. It's a form of brain exercise. It's a workout for memory, focus, creativity, and emotional control. It is a brain-building activity that improves mental sharpness, emotional resilience, and social connection. In other words, public speaking is a full brain workout. Public speaking engages multiple brain systems at once: memory, language processing, emotional regulation, focus, and creativity. This makes it a powerful form of mental exercise, similar to learning a language or playing an instrument. Think about what happens when you prepare a speech. You gather ideas, you organize them into a structure, write, rehearse, and then remember them. During a speech, your brain is doing even more. Your frontal lobe organizes thoughts and makes decisions on the spot. Your temporal lobe retrieves words and languages. Your amygdala manages fear and anxiety. Your prefrontal cortex keeps you calm, focused, and connected to the audience. It's like your brain is playing piano, solving a puzzle, and tightrope walking all at the same time. Public speaking builds resilience. It strengthens your ability to think clearly under pressure. Overcoming fear builds a stronger brain. Speaking in front of others activates stress responses. And over time, that repeated exposure reduces cortisol, improves emotional control, and strengthens the prefrontal cortex. That's the brain region responsible for thinking clearly under pressure. Let's be honest. Public speaking is uncomfortable. For many, it's terrifying. But here's the good news. Every time we step up, despite fear, our brain changes, literally. Neuroscientists call it neuroplasticity. That's the brain's ability to form new pathways. By speaking in front of people, we teach our brains, I can think clearly, even when I'm nervous. Over time, cortisol, the stress hormone, decreases. Emotional control increases. And the prefrontal cortex, the part that is responsible for logic and self-control, gets stronger. Public speaking trains your brain to stay calm under pressure. That's not just useful on stage, it's useful in life. Finally, public speaking keeps you socially engaged. Studies show staying socially engaged and mentally active can delay cognitive decline and reduce the risk of dementia. Public speaking does both. At Toastmasters, for example, we don't just speak, we listen, evaluate, laugh, support, and connect. This kind of meaningful social interaction stimulates the brain more than solitary puzzles. Every meeting is like a gym membership for your mind. In conclusion, public speaking is not just about delivering a message. It's about shaping the messenger. It sharpens the mind, strengthens memory, calms fear, and keeps the brain young. And the healthier our brain becomes, the stronger our voice, our presence, and our message to the world. So the next time you're standing at the lectern, feeling butterflies, remember this. They're not a sign of weakness. They're a sign your brain is growing. You are taking yet another positive step to keep your brain healthy and wise. I encourage you to speak your mind and strengthen your brain. Thank you.